Hey guys, JoNay here. Welcome to day one, flight 3 of my one-man army campaign. So as per ROE, we're going to be switching up the squadrons again, and this time we'll be flying a F-18 Charlie from the Vincent. Today's mission is technically going to be a DIAD, our third DIAD in a row, but it's actually going to be kind of like a OCA Strike DIAD hybrid. The OCA Strike is going to be on this airbase up here. It's kind of hard to see. It's right over here. It's Kangyung Air Base. It's I believe it's a MiG-23 airbase. I think Toyota was my code word for MiG-23s. And the two SAM sites that we're going to be trying to disable is going to be this SA-2 en route, as well as this pesky SA-5 that is right in the center of the country, and we've kind of failed to get at in the last couple of missions. There's also an SA-3 site directly at Kangyung, defending it, but we're going to try to outstick that with our JDAMs. I'm not sure if we're going to get enough of like a glide distance on them, but we're gonna give it a try. So let's go to the loadout and see what we're working with. So the F-18 can't use small diameter bombs like the F-16 can. So we're a little bit handcuffed in that regard. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be bringing 2 harms, because I can't think of anything else that's really going to be suitable for hitting those SAM sites. Like there's nothing else that really can glide far enough for our needs, and you'll see why. And then as well as that, I've got 2 JDAMs. Let's see here. They are the GBU 31s, version 4/Bs. So they're 2,000-pound bombs. Like I said, they're JDAMs, so we should be able to pickle them both off in one pass. Doing through CCRP, we'll have that like you know, the release bracket, so it'll be a lot easier than like typical laser guided bombs or just, you know, standard GBUs. We're only going to be having 1 fuel tank just on the center line. Normally for these kinds of missions with the Hornet, I like to take a wing tank in addition, which is kind of an asymmetrical loadout, but it's like pretty practical. And gives you like a practical amount of fuel for combat operations. But yeah, I need the hard points, so I'm only going to be taking 1 center line. You'll also notice that there's only 1 slammer on this loadout. So we're going to be a little bit handcuffed in terms of how much fuel we have, potentially, and definitely in like air-to-air ability. So we're going to be trying to avoid air-to-air conflicts as much as possible. So yeah, the plan is, like I said, to proceed north, come left to this area, harm the SA-2 over here, proceed towards the air base at Steer 3. I've already got the runway actually recon to steer points 11 and 12. You can see here, Kangyun Air Base 11 and 12. So we'll release the JDAMs on steer 11 and 12. That's like a center segment of the runway, as well as I think it's like the east segment. It doesn't matter. It's one of the other 2 out of 3 segments. We're going to try to come off right, feet wet, outside of the engagement range of the SA-3, but I'm actually not sure if we're going to be able to outstick it. We'll see, because it's like the threat ring of SA-3 is like right around 9 to 10 miles. And in my experience, that's kind of where you get your release point when you're going to be dropping like a larger GBU or JDAM. It's like right around 10 miles. So like I kind of think we're going to get shot at right as I release those 2 bombs on the runway. So we might have to defeat a couple of SA-3s, which is definitely doable. Like they're definitely, you know, you can definitely defeat them if you're on point. So we'll come off feet wet back towards the east, come down south, and then just try to avoid anything we sort of missed over here. And then proceed west towards the SA-5 site. We'll pickle off from a good distance, like probably 40 plus miles. They ping you from way out, so that'll give us a nice big, like bright emitting target to shoot our harm at. And we'll be Dakota by that point, so it's not like we're going to travel all the way out here. We're going to be mostly finished up by the time we get to steer 6. Then I'm going to come back southeast and RTB to the Vincent. We don't have any tankers in the air. There's this one tanker, but I believe he is RTB. I checked checked his time on station, so I'm pretty sure he's RTB, and I don't have another one fragged. I kind of just don't think we're going to need it. We do have an alternate base over here at Pohang, but yeah, I don't think we're going to need it. Then again, I was wrong about underestimating what happened in the last mission, so we'll see what happens. I've rambled enough. I think I've covered everything, so wish me luck, and we'll see you in the pit. Hey guys, we're back. All right, in the pit, let's go ahead and get this beast started up and get on with it. It has been a while since I've done a Hornet flight, actually, so I hope I remember all the steps here. Just got to wait for about 25% on the RPMs, and then we'll hit the idle detent. Alrighty. Okay, we've got power. And start aligning the INS radar power. Okay, let's get our avionics going here. Load up the DTC. Marshall, Hornet 1 checking in on uniform 15, requesting QNH.
Hornet 1, 3015.
3015, copy, Hornet 1. Why am I not getting a bit test? Oh, right. Yep, forgot a step. Got to turn on the airflow. So I have some overheated avionics, but yeah, that should correct itself in a minute here. I knew I would forget something. That's funny. Let's just clear some faults here. Okay, there we go. So built-in test is now underway. Might as well go ahead and set our joker in bingo. So I'm going to set a joker for 10.8. That represents kind of around when our external centerline tank is going to be empty and we'll be down to internal fuel. When we hit 10.8, I'll reset to 5.4 for the bingo. Might as well set up our preferences here on our weapons. So I'll go air-to-air mode on the TGP for air-to-air master mode. I usually like air-to-air for when I'm in navigation as well. And we'll go to air-to-ground master mode. We'll power up the Shrikes, or the Harms, I should say, AGM 88s, and also the JDAMs. And for the TGP and air-to-ground, I want air-to-ground mode. You know what though? I actually want to replace the TGP on this side with the weapon page, and I want to move TGP over to the left MFD. Yeah. Let's check out the control page. Arming delay 6 seconds. Impact angle 55 degrees. I believe the impact azimuth, if you have 0, that's just kind of like it doesn't make any course corrections. It just takes a direct line of sight to the target. I don't think impact velocity is actually modeled. So I'm just going to go ahead with the defaults here. But we're going to queue up the harms first of all. Okay, still about 45 seconds on the BIT. So let's turn on some console lights. Where are the console lights again? Right there. The reason why we do that is because you can't actually see whether some buttons have been clicked or not unless you have those console lights on. So you pretty much should always have them on in the F-18. Am I forgetting anything? Nose wheel steering works. Okay, so yep, FCR is good. We'll snooze the radar for now. Let's go ahead and the INS is probably finished. Yep. So we'll set the INS to nav and check out the flight plan here. Yeah, it looks like all our threat circles and steer points have loaded, so we're good. Alright, I believe that's it. Let's arm the ejection seat, set our landing lights, and the pitot tube. Remove the chocks. Marshal, Hornet 1, moving to Mount 1 for departure.
Hornet 1-1, ready for departure.
Taxi. Hold short.
Okay, we're hooked into the cat. So nose wheel steering off. We're going to want full flaps for this departure with this much weight. We'll unfold the wings. Hornet 1-1, good tension, good power. Salute.
Hornet 1-1, resume on navigation.
So we'll lean right a little bit and then come back left. Switch off the flaps. Out of burn at 300 CAS. And we'll just maintain 300 and come up to about 500 feet. As per SOPs. Actually, we're on a heading of 090. That's interesting. The recon screen made it look like the carrier was on a north heading. But yeah, apparently it's going east. That's okay. We'll just extend east until we're 7 miles clear of Mother, and then we'll come left to steer 2. Okay, we're clear. So let's go steer 2. And I'm going to go mill power and then just maintain an attitude that leaves me between, 300 and 350 CAS. And there's the mother and the carrier group off to our 8 o'clock. Alright, we're on heading for steer 2, so let's lock in like a steer point select and an attitude hold. We're dropping airspeed, so I'm going to paddle switch and nose down to like 10 degrees. Let's check out our cruise altitude. So optimal cruise altitude is going to be about Angels 1.8. And we've already got Mud 5 off to our 10 o'clock here. That's kind of consistent with the SA5, like in the central part of North Korea. And we'll nose over for about 7 degrees. That's crazy that it's already locking me up, because it's like, that's 80, 160, 240, so it's like on the, about 150 miles away right now. And it's detecting us on radar. Alright, let's get the radar altimeter on. That'll populate the box in a second in the HUD. There it is. Coming through 16.5, looking for Angels 1.8. And nosing over. There we go. So I'm going to set an altitude hold and just come off the power a little bit, like maybe 95%. A little bit of a weather change there, kind of sudden. Alright, let's go ahead and get fenced in. Lights off, master arm, and we'll switch to tack. Chalice Hornet 1-1, single ship F-18 Charlie departing from the Vinson on DAD, working the East Coast and Central SA5. Oh, okay, so looks like we don't actually have AWACS support. We're getting close to the steer point, so I'm just going to switch steer point to steer 3 and let the autopilot take us there. Okay, so I guess we might as well just unsnooze the radar since we have no AWACS support. Alright, we're steadied up just under Angels 1.8 on heading for steer 3. FCR looks clear. You know what? Might as well just reference the SA2 steer point. So that's like steer 56. Yeah, might as well just do that right away. And we are 65 miles out. Do a flare test.
Chaff, flare.
Chaff test.
Flare.
Good. Jammer testing. Looks good. Okay. What's the ETA? Alright, about 6 minutes or so. But we'll be in range to shoot much sooner than that. Got a wind out of the east, 11 knots. That's not too bad. Weather's actually somewhat clear, so we might even be able to visually identify or visually confirm the shack on these FCRs. SA2 site is 49 miles out. And we have no air contacts between us and it. So we're looking pretty good so far. Okay, recap in case you skipped the briefing. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be pickling off on this SA2 site. And then there is an air base, Kang Nyung, which is a MiG-23 base right at the Steer 3 site, or this SA3 site. I always say Steer 3 site. This SA3 site. So we're going to try to outstick that, like with some standoff from the from a high altitude CCRP drop.
Bingo. Bingo.
JDAMs. And we are Joker already. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Let's reset to bingo, 5400. So yeah, we'll pickle off both JDAMs in one pass. Hopefully we're going to outstick the SA3. I don't know if we are, though. We might have to dance with some SAMs. And then we will come off feet wet from that and proceed to this SA5 site and try to knock it out with a pretty long-range harm shot. Alright, still no air-to-air contacts there. So I'm going to go heads down. And right as I do, we get a Mud 2 dead ahead. So it's tracking us. I don't need the air-to-ground FCR. Okay, let's go. I'm going to go harm as sensor here. And we'll select this SA2. Wait for the handoff. Alright, handoff's complete. Station 2's ready to go. We're still 30 miles out. And it's starting to get hazy. I'm going to go ahead and pickle and then slow down. Here we go.
Magnum.
Chalice Hornet 1, Magnum SA2, East Coast. Alright, so I'm slowing down to try to give that missile like time to impact. Let's turn on some ACMI. If we get too close to the threat circle, I'm going to turn out cold. We're just watching the weapon page here and the RWR, watching for that 2 to disappear. I'm getting kind of close to this threat circle. Okay, it's dark. Yep, I'm pretty sure it's down. Move that threat circle, and now we're going to push Steer 11. What's our cruise altitude now? About Angels 20. So I'm going to go full burn, try to get some speed here. Alright, still no contacts. But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if this MiG base like scrambles some fighters to come and get us. That's a little loud, huh? Alright, let's come up a little bit. I'm going to remove the autopilot. Oh, you know what we should do? We should probably select our JDAMs. Alright, we are 22 miles out. I kind of think we're going to be in range to drop right around the edge of this threat circle. That's kind of the way it's been in like previous TEs that I've done tests with. So I have a feeling like it's going to shoot at us probably right before or right after we pickle. And now we got Mud 3 dead ahead, so it's tracking us. And we're up at Angels 2-0 now. Okay, we have tally of the airfield. Yeah, we're getting close. Still don't detect any fighters. That's good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I am going to pickle off the left side, and then right after that I'm going to switch steer points to steer 12 and pickle off the right side and then come off defensive. Here we go.
Chaff, flare, chaff, flare.
Okay, we got SAM launches.
Chaff, flare, chaff, flare. Chaff, flare. Chaff, flare. Chaff, flare. Chaff, flare. Chaff. Chaff, flare. Chaff. Pull up, pull up.
That's pretty close.
Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up.
We're actually flight idle with the speed brake and...
Chaff, flare, chaff,
Oh my god. Man, we're pretty close. I hope this thing like runs out of ammo.
Chaff, flare.
I can't really
Chaff,
see it
flare.
with this weather.
Chaff, flare, low.
Okay, we got to turn out cold here. Okay, it's still launching at me.
Chaff, flare.
Jesus.
Chaff, flare, out.
We're out of chaff here. Okay, we're gonna have to beat this like kinetically. Wow, that's close. Okay, that's a little close for comfort. We're outside of the threat ring now. Totally out of chaff. God damn it. Okay, let's reference this steer point, which is kind of our egress, and we'll get back up to a reasonable altitude. I'm going to go full burn and just aggressively pitch up here. Okay, we're still naked for any kind of fighters, so I don't think they scrambled MiG-23s in time. Whoa. Huh. Oh yeah, right. I'm trying to like visually confirm the hits on the base, but got the wrong steer point selected. Okay, now we're masking. Yeah, probably above the clouds now. Okay, so was unable to confirm the splashes on the air base. Everything happened pretty quick there. But I think we are successful. There's no MiG-23s up. So we seem to be good. Let's come right to the next steer point here. Let's check out our optimal cruise altitude now. There it is, Angels 2.6. Okay, we'll come up a little bit higher. I'm going to set a steering select and an attitude hold. Okay, look at the RWR. So there's like so many SA5s and a Mud 15 as well. Those SA5s, like, there's kind of like, you can't see it on the HSD, but there's kind of like a bay here, and then the mainland kind of comes back downwards here, and I think they're across that bay. It's like the Sea of Japan, I think. Okay, we've come a little bit above our cruise altitude. That's okay, though. Angels 2.8's close enough. So, set an altitude hold. We're good here. Okay, fuel check, 7.5. We've got no faults. Yeah, I was kind of afraid I might over-G from some of those defensive maneuvers. I'm glad I didn't. Okay, so we got one harm left. That's it. Let's come right for the next steer point. And we still have no AWACS support. It's hazy up here. Okay, we're 27 miles out from our IP. That's kind of where we're going to pickle from, and the SA5 is there. So it's the SA5 is like a good 40, 80, that's 120, so it's about 70 miles away right now. And it's painting us, but you know, we've got the jammer on, so it can't actually lock us or shoot us. So I guess I shouldn't say it's painting us, but actually, you know what? Now that I say that, I don't even see it really emitting in that direction. Like, it's actually not even emitting. We got a couple more to our 2 o'clock emitting. But I think they're way north, like kind of no factor. That Mud 15 looks like it's tracking us. But I think we're too high for it. I'm pretty sure SA-15s can only hit you at like 15,000. So I think we're safe from that. Not that I have any chaff left over anyway. It's all gone. Okay, let's get back to air-to-ground mode and select that last harm. Okay, we do have the Mud 5 now, pretty much dead ahead. So go ahead and select that. I wonder if I should use like POS mode. Nah, we'll just stick with harm as sensor. We do have jamming contacts out in front of us. That's kind of weird. I got contact from like 60, 70 miles out and burn through. Wish I could declare it, but that's not an option. We're about 6 miles out. Okay, there's another contact actually. Angels 20. Alright, I'm going to select this SA5. And a couple more contacts to our 1 o'clock, about 40 miles out.
Magnum.
Hornet 1-1, Magnum SA5 Central.
Caution. Caution.
That master caution was just to let us know that we're Cat 1 now. Okay, autopilot's disabled. I'm going to come off cold. And that's a launch from the SA-5. But, yeah, that's okay. They shoot at you from so far out. It gives you so much time to maneuver and get the gimbals of your jammer back over top of it. You know what? Let's come straight south, heading 180, and we'll just try to get back on the friendly side of the flot. I was going to say that SA-5 could probably shoot at me if it wants to, but it just went dark. So I'm kind of thinking it either just got hit by the harm, or unfortunately it went dark, and then our harm's probably going to miss. I kind of think it just went dark because, I don't know, I don't think the harm went that far that quick. But I could be wrong. Alright, what is our cruise altitude? Is Angels 28. God, I hope I didn't miss it. It's been like a thorn in my side since the first flight. Okay, we're at Angels 28, so we'll level out here. I've got an altitude hold on now. 5.5 for fuel. I'm like tempted to make use of the one slammer that we do have. But I really don't want to turn in hot on anything until I'm like on my side of the float and being kind of covered by some Patriots or something. So I'm going to play this smart and just keep pushing south, and then reevaluate my fuel state and stuff by the time I get around here somewhere.
Bingo, bingo.
And we are bingo. All right, let's reset to the quarter tank mark, which would be like 2,700. Okay, well, we're officially across the float. Fuel state 5.2. We're getting kind of low on gas here. I can't tell if that Mud 5 spike on our RWR matches up with this SA5 on the HSD. It looks like almost, but not quite, right? I don't know. Maybe it is there. I kind of think maybe I missed it. I was getting a little bit too close to some of those air-to-air contacts, though. They were only 40 miles out when I pickled the Magnum. And I didn't want to underestimate them like I did on that last flight. Because, like I was talking about, I think the AI in 4.33 are a lot more aggressive. In 4.32, if you went nose cold on them, you could just flow away at mill power and they'd kind of let you bug out peacefully. But in 4.33, at least in my experience, it feels like they really commit on you a lot harder and they run you down if they can. Alright, let's come right. And we'll just see if we can maybe make use of this slammer. It's probably a bad decision. Like 5,000 pounds. We're kind of like, it sounds like a lot, but in an F-18 that's not that much. We're like right on the borderline. I should probably just RTB. Like it is pretty much bingo. Man, no AWACS really. Okay, there's jamming contact off to our 11. 70 miles out though. I don't know. Is it worth it? It takes us pretty far away from the carrier. Mother is like pretty much in the exact opposite direction. And I'd rather not like be landing on Mother, you know, with fumes. It's one thing to do that with an F-16, like when there's all kinds of air bases around. You can comfortably like glide it in or whatever. But I'm not so confident doing that with an F-18. Yeah, I see like 2 groups now of strobers, so you know what? Let's play this one conservative. I think it's RTB time. Okay, so I'm just going to maintain 350 casts here and Angels 2 until I get to 10 miles out. Then we'll check in for recovery, and I'll probably come down to about 300 casts and enter the pattern. So I've just got an altitude to hold on and a steering select. Weather's kind of, I don't know, a little bit hazy. We've got a winds of, I don't know, between 8 and 11 knots. But crosswinds are almost never a problem with landing on the carrier, because the carrier will like move into the wind. So you almost always have a headwind. That being said though, you know, landing on a moving boat is a challenge because it feels like it's drifting away from you and to the right. And it has been a while since I've landed on a moving carrier. The last bunch of F-18 flights I did were, you know, I didn't put them on YouTube or anything. They're just kind of multiplayer tests I did with some friends and stuff. And when you're connected to multiplayer, mother just stays stationary, which makes landing quite a bit easier. Easier in the sense that the boat doesn't move, but actually harder in the sense that you might have to deal with crosswinds. Marshall Hornet 1-1 inbound from 240 for 10, Angels 2. Okay, I'm going to slow down to 300 casts now. Just under 10 miles out. I'm going to put the hook down nice and early so I don't forget. Oh, weather kind of cleared up. It's nice. Another downside of when the boat is moving is an FPS hit. You can see in the top left my FPS is kind of down to like the 50s, high 40s, low 50s. If I was connected to myself right now, like kind of hosting a multiplayer game, and the boat was stationary, it would be like locked at 60 right now. Okay, I'm going to take off the steering select, just leave on the attitude, and we're going to come left a little bit to enter this pattern properly. That diamond in the HUD represents where mother started. No, wait, that's not true at all. Huh, I don't know what that represents. Never mind. And we'll just enter into a left-hand turn. About a 45-degree roll. Marshall Hornet 1-1, established Angels 2. So now we want to exit this stage of the pattern on the reciprocal plus 30 from the upwind. So Mother is going to be on a heading of like 090 probably. So the reciprocal is 180 plus another 30 is 210. So we're going to maintain this left-hand turn until we hit heading 210. Oh wait, what am I talking about? I totally foobarred that. Okay, it's going to be 090. The reciprocal is 270. Plus another 30 is 300. So now I'm right on it actually right now. Okay, that was a close one. So now just descend to about 800. And request the autonomous landing.
Hornet 1-1, inbound for landing.
Marshall Hornet 1-1 is on
Good
heading
evening.
300
Hornet 1, welcome
out
back.
to the initial, descending to 800. So now Marshall will start, or Mother will start turning around to heading 090. And I'm going to level out right about here at 800 feet. Maintain 300 casts. And I'm going to extend until I'm about 5 miles away right now. I'm going to shoot for about 6 and then start a left-hand turn. Oh, I'm 5 miles right now. Okay, there's 6 miles, so I'm going to do a left-hand turn, maintain this speed and altitude, about a 45-degree roll. And this should set me up for a nice initial. Mother had to do like almost a complete 180 though, so this could get interesting. I think we'll be alright though. By the time we finish like the base turn and all that, we should be good. So a little bit foobarred here, because the boat is not finished turning. Marshall Hornet 1-1 on initial. Yeah, she's still turning. So I'm going to take off the altitude hold here and get ready to do my brake turn. The downwind heading is going to be like 270. A little bit high, came up to about 900 feet.
Good evening, Hornet 1-1, cleared for landing. Check gear down.
Request, I'd like to request another autonomous approach just to keep Mother like
Good evening,
on heading.
Hornet 1, welcome back.
Because if you don't, she'll just start like kind of navigating again. Hornet 1-1 on the brake.
Shaft, flare.
Pop the gear. Laps to full. And now we just try to get on speed with about 600 feet. Maintain this turn here till we're at 270. All right, there we go on the downwind. Might be a little bit close, but no, we're actually pretty good. 1.1 miles. A little bit close. I think we're okay, though. Marshall Hornet 1-1 is a beam. Hook gear flaps. State 2.9. And we'll start our base turn. Descend a little bit. We should be about 400 feet by the end of it. This is like the most kind of delicate part of the recovery, I find. You can kind of like overshoot or undershoot the approach angle.
Good evening, Hornet 1-1, cleared for landing. Check gear down.
I get turned a little bit too tight. Marshall Hornet 1-1, ball 2.9 manual. What the fuck is that? Okay, well, we recovered. I have no idea what that... What the fuck is that? Oh my god, there was another boat, like, passing through the carrier. Oh my god, that was so weird. Alright. Pulled up the wings, flaps, retracted. Hornet 1-1 on the deck. Good trap. Oh, that was messed up. That has never happened to me before. I can't wait to watch the video of that. All right, well, all in all, not bad. I hope I hit that SA5. I'm not sure if I did. That's actually what the mission success or failure will depend on. Okay, we'll see what happens. We'll see you guys in the debrief. Thanks for watching. Okay, we're back. I see the mission is a success, so I'm thinking we probably hit the SA5. Yeah, so we got the fan song with the first harm shot and the square pair with the second harm shot. Both of the JDAMs impacted the runway. It says destroyed, destroyed. Yeah, so that's awesome. Let's check out Kang Neum. So we can change this. Let's just see what else is there actually at this steer point. This is where the SA2 site was, so I'm going to check this out. There are some ZPUs, which are like kind of AAA, so I'm going to change this to a AAA circle. Put that right back on there. And the SA3 is definitely still active. Let's check out this. Kang Neum Air Base runways 0%. Cool. All right, and the SA5 over here has been neutered. Let's check it out. I don't think SA5s have any other kind of like, yeah, it's just like trucks and stuff, so we can just remove this steer point completely. And looks like, yeah, it looks like my jet is possibly taking back off again. That's cool. All right, awesome. Well, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you for the next one. Bye.